Friends, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the panel discussion on the future city. The COVID-19 pandemic has now lasted over 1 year, heavily impacting on the life of people across the world, influencing people's daily habits. For many, particularly the poor and the most vulnerable, the pandemic has resulted in severe problems such as unemployment and social isolation. Amongst the worst affected are urban dwellers of developing countries living in informal settlements with poor access to water, energy, and proper waste management. The responses to curb the spread of the virus has hit the poor and vulnerable people very hard, increasing social economic inequalities and reversing decades of progress on poverty reduction and human development. In marginalized communities, the spread and impact of COVID-19 have been severe. Impacts of curfews and lockdowns are particularly concerning for informal workers and people who do not benefit from social protection measures. In some cases, national and local governments are taking measures to ensure continuity of basic services such as electricity and water supply, even if such services have to be paid for from the public purse. It must be ensured that such measures are targeted to help the most vulnerable groups of our society. The unreliability of energy supply in some cities during the lockdown forced both the private sector and the communities to consider off-grid energy solutions. Such solutions can be the silver lining behind the pandemic, leading to the greater uptake of renewable energy and contributing to mitigating the climate crisis. UN Habitat looks forward to working with cities on such solutions in our efforts to build back better and greener. Around the world, cities have been in the center of socio-economic health crisis and the responses to it. The changes that future cities need should be based on proven policies and actions, on data and knowledge of the effects of such global pandemic. As a measure to help cities combat COVID-19, under its Global Water Operators and Waste-Wise Cities initiative, UN Habitat has set up tracking platforms based on the most current data that provides information on the response to the pandemic in terms of readiness and responsiveness to water and waste management challenges at the time of this crisis. The COVID-19 pandemic has exposed our weaknesses, but we are learning from it fast. It will be vital to create sustainable, green energy for all, improve public health and resilience of our cities. We must ensure that these services reach all, including the poorest section of society, leaving no one and no place behind. The new urban agenda calls for all of us to promote environmentally sound waste management and to substantially reducing waste generation by reducing, reusing, and recycling waste, minimizing landfills, and converting waste to energy when waste cannot be recycled or when this choice delivers the best environmental outcome. As off-grid energy solutions are proving to be more feasible and as new technological solutions are being developed, the future city needs to invest more in this sector and in innovative solutions such as waste-to-energy plants, and simultaneously, future city should promote energy efficiency in the built environment to reduce overall energy demand. It is with this two-pronged approach that we will be able to meet the twin challenges of the lack of access to modern energy and the climate crisis. we do not yet fully comprehend the long-term consequences and impacts of COVID-19 and the responses to the crisis. However, we now have a window of opportunity to learn from this crisis and build back better by developing technology to improve sustainability and public health in cities, while making cities more resilient and responsive to future crises. Thank you.